6:49. This is your morning in 8 minutes. And this morning, the TBI needs your help finding the 15-year-old at the center of an endangered child alert.
There are more than 150 search and rescue responders looking for him right now. Take a look at your screen. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, last seen yesterday in Hendersonville wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants and glasses. It's less than 30 minutes north of Nashville. The TBI says he does have a medical condition. It could be hard for him to make it home safely. Although Sebastian went missing in Nashville, we're following this story closely with our station there. If you have any information, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
In a couple of hours from now, the Knox County Sports Authority is expected to meet. Several
items are on the agenda, including new updates on the stadium downtown, the construction happening there, and a new bike proposal. Members will discuss a Bike Walk Knoxville proposal for a bicycle valet service. If passed, you'll be able to ride your bike to the stadium, drop it off with the valet. Other items include updates on stadium construction, contracts for disadvantaged businesses, and the Sports Authority's internship program that starts at 9 o'clock this morning. And a health alert from Tennessee's Department of Health.
For the 5th time this flu season and the 2nd time this month, a Tennessee child has died after getting the flu. Doctors say this has been the worst flu season we've seen in years, and low vaccine rates are playing a big part in that. Tennessee remains in the high category for flu activity throughout the U.S. The first child flu death of the season was reported last December. Right now, new CDC data shows that cases are rising once again after falling the past couple of weeks. We're still working to learn where this happened and that child's age. And this morning, a Kingston woman is in custody, charged with abuse of a corpse.
Police are trying to figure out what happened to a newborn baby found dead at her home. Police say 34-year-old Amanda Cooper gave birth in her home Saturday morning. Later that morning, a neighbor called police saying there was a dead baby inside the home. Police found the newborn dead, wrapped in sheets on a bed. Investigators are not sure if the baby was stillborn, but say more charges could be coming for Cooper or other people inside the home, depending on the results of the autopsy. That's expected to be released in the next couple of days.
This morning, a 74-year-old man wanted on multiple warrants in Cumberland and Morgan counties is in the hospital after a deadly police chase.
His son is dead after being thrown from the car during the crash. Authorities say Charles Hewitt took police on a chase when they tried to pull him over for suspicion of driving under the influence. Investigators say the crash ended in Morgan County on Airport Road when Hewitt tried to take a sharp curve. Hewitt's son, Brandon Hewitt, was thrown from the car and died. Charles was taken to the hospital. Both had warrants in Cumberland and Morgan counties at the time. We're still working to find out Charles Hewitt's condition. Charges are pending this morning. And Islamic leaders here in East Tennessee offering a reward in hopes of finding 2 men who urinated on their place of worship.
Police are now involved in this investigation. It happened over the weekend. The Islamic Center says this most recent case continues a long history of harassment. The surveillance video shows 2 men, one who urinated on the building and the other who kicked the wall outside the mosque. Police are currently trying to find out who these men are and if they came from the bar less than 10 feet away. The Council on American Islamic Relations has called for a hate crime investigation due to a possible bias motive. Well, in Kentucky, a 21-year-old student is charged with the murder of his wrestling teammates.
The coroner determined he'd been strangled to death in his dorm room. Josiah Kilman was found strangled to death on the campus of Campbellsville University. 17 hours later, police found the suspect, Charles Escalara, hiding in a barn. They took him into custody. Still no word on a motive. The suspect pleaded not guilty in court yesterday morning. He's being held right now on a $2 million bond. And a recall alert this morning. Several brands of lubricant eye drops are being recalled due to risk of infection, eye ointments, if you will. Federal inspectors say unsterile conditions at a plant in India where the products were made are to blame. The brands affected include Equate, CVS Health, and Lubricant PM. If you have these ointments, stop using them immediately. Take them back to where you bought them.
Well, new this morning, President Joe Biden says he hopes a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas will take effect by early next week. While no agreement has been announced, the National Security Advisor says a deal is close. It would likely include freeing more hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. Meanwhile, a reminder, today is the last day to get your votes in early for this year's Knox County primary election.
There's 11 places across the county you can go. You can go from 10 to 7 today. We have those times posted inside your WVLT News app, as well as sample ballots as well. Election day set for Super Tuesday next week, March 5th.
We do want to get a check of your first alert traffic with Chris and Allen.
Good morning. Smooth sailing out there so far as you're getting this Tuesday started. Here's a live look there at I-40 out of Asheville Highway, where you can see we've got some more traffic flow coming through there in East Knoxville, but certainly nothing that's going to slow you down just yet. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as we get closer to that morning rush. But right now, 40 out at Paper Mill Drive there in West Knoxville, looking pretty good. Not seeing any big spots of congestion just yet. That goes for downtown Knoxville as well. So let's take a look there at those drive times. 75 South, Raccoon Valley Road to 640, moving along just fine, about 61 miles an hour. 640 West from 75 to 40, taking you 3 minutes this morning. And then 40 West from Asheville Highway to Paper Mill Drive, moving about 64 miles an hour this morning, taking you 9 minutes.
6:55 now in your first alert weather. Obviously, we've got the warmth, we've got the winds, we've got the clouds. Okay, here comes the first couple of showers. We got some sprinkles, at least trying to reach out on that leading edge. I've enhanced this a bit to kind of cut back on what is showing up on radar versus making it to the ground to show you where there is some rain now. McMinn County, a couple of specks in Rome. Rain in Cumberland to Fentress, Scott to McCurry, moving east. So that's where it's going to fly by for your morning hours. Temperatures holding steady. 61 Knoxville, 57 Morristown to 59 Oneida. Lots of mid to upper 50s here for morning lows. And you can see where it shows up on the radar a little further out as this continues to move east quickly. That's why this leading edge is very dry at first, trying to pump up rain for more on the way. So you do have some showers at least rolling across Lenore City, 713, Cedar Bluff, 720, and Maryville closer to 730. So we'll be live tracking that for you over the next few hours on WVLT News. So that really does roll through the late morning with some rumbles of thunder, and then it rolls back to spotty rain this afternoon, mostly cloudy and 71. So at least it is much more isolated this afternoon while we're on the warm side before tomorrow's first alert weather day. And that's when it's widespread for several hours, adds up to a drop in temperature. That's where we have the heavier rain and the stronger gusts as well. Tracking that cool down behind it coming up on the CW starting at 7 o'clock.
All right, Heather, thanks a lot. A really good time to get that WVLT First Alert weather app. Make sure you're covered. Make sure you're prepared on that First Alert day tomorrow. It is 6:56. We're headed over to WBXX, the CW Knoxville. We hope you have a good Tuesday.